Look at my right side. I freaking have a herpes outbreak on my neck, so I have to sit like this the entire
What the fuck? That's radio gold. Herpes on the neck?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Will we? Do you really want to talk about it?
And some other stuff, some fight stuff.
What? Man,
herpes, scales.
Gage, I feel like we could put like a little fucking Bluetooth speaker with Adam's face on it. It would be much better than looking at this the whole time. Bro, really? That's the effort that you're going to make with the background right there? That's it? You're going to shoot from a low to high angle, making your head look like the fucking...
What do you want me to do?
No, I don't know. Oh, now it looks like you're trying to seduce me. Yeah. This fucking bedroom. Give me the bedroom eyes right now. This is going to be a world record for MMA Roasted of the most awkward and strange conversation of all time. Solid notes, though. Solid notes before the show. Yeah, speaking in your hieroglyphics that don't make any fucking sense to anybody except for yourself. But links. Did you see the links? Solid links. Are we
somebody told me, I'm going to ask you, I'm asking you politely, Adam, quit asking Mayhem about prison. Like, politely, like, I got scared on a YouTube comment.
It's interesting that you make that connection.
A lot of people on the YouTube comments, they don't realize that you guys are actually really good friends. They think Adam is just like, they think Adam is your co-host.
Bro, and Adam, they just think that Adam is a complete piece of shit because he kind of is. And he like just constantly like hammers me with just off the kilter questions that just don't make any sense to anything and just shit that comes out of nowhere to try to, I don't know, make me feel bad about myself. But I can't feel bad about myself. My ego is just too damn big, bro. I'm just too much of a superstar to let you drag me down to your level.
Has the show started yet?
The show's been going for like 45 minutes, bro. Yeah. Welcome to MMA Roasted. I'm Mayhem.
I'm Weendawg.
And we're doing a damn show with Adam in a box.
What's up?
He's in Vegas.
Go ahead, Adam.
I'm in Vegas. What's up, people? I am in Las Vegas doing comedy all week at the Strat, but we're going to give you a podcast anyway because we love you guys and we love this podcast, and I love Weendawg. The show last night was it's one of those shows where I don't know, Mayhem, you ever get nervous sometimes when people come in to like watch your fights that you know?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, a little bit of nerve butterflies going on, nerves. I feel nervous right now.
There was people that I knew like scared with his family, and he's seen me like 4 or 5 times. And then there was like a couple fighters that have seen me, and this and that. And like I wanted to perform extra well. By doing that, I was putting extra pressure on myself and not living in the moment. I was trying too hard. I don't know if you can relate. Have you had any fights that you've had where you wanted so much to win that you didn't actually just let yourself allow it?
I thought you were talking about sexually. Like you go before, so excited that it's like 30-second go.
That too. But you ever have a fight like that where you wanted so hard to win that you didn't allow yourself to actually, it took you a while to get going?
Yeah, for sure. Undoubtedly. I think that it happens to a lot of guys, Adam.
Is it like nerves or what?
Yeah,
I think it's nerves / you want something so well that you don't allow yourself sometimes to do it. It's like you stop trusting that what you did so far to get you there is going to do fine. So you feel like you have to try extra hard to result when sometimes you have to just like scale back.
So it's like vomit on your sweater already? Mom spaghetti? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It's exactly what I was trying to say. But once I settled down and just trusted, and then I was like having fun, and it was a good time. The night before, though, in Michigan, there was a drunk woman who was just, I'm about to go on stage, and this comic gets off, and he's like, this fucking lady in the middle, she won't stop talking. And I knew going out, and I see her, and she's like, woo, 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 and talking to her friends really loud, and her husband's there, and I'm like, dude, is this your wife? And he's just, the husband embarrassed, and in like a no-win situation. And I've been there with women before. I've been on the husband's team where the girl's out of control. And it's a pretty shitty situation because you're with your girl, but she's embarrassing you. And you kind of want to tell her to shut up. Don't want her to. Have you ever had that before, Mayhem?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, not at a comedy show. Usually I'm the one fucking up. What are you proposing? Did you put this lady in the middle row in the front headlock? Is that what happened?
I got her to quiet down.
Did a middle school single leg on her? Like what you got? How did you calm? How did you squash the heckler? Please, you know what? This is like, how I'm always doing instructionals on MMA Roasted? This is a great for up-and-coming comics because I seen you put the kibosh on hecklers before. What was your strategy? What was your strategy on this one?
There's a lot of different ways. It's like one way is like the rope-a-dope, where you let the heckler get off and you say something back, and then he thinks he got you. And then you get everyone else to laugh at a couple more jokes. Then when he's not expecting it, you pound on him. Usually at the very end, and then thank you, good night.
So you're saying you pounded on this guy's wife for how long?
For 25 minutes. It was the longest sex I've had. In this particular situation, though, I was like, I was saying, look, I'm like, you're really hot, right? She's a very attractive girl. So you got 3 more years of acting like this before everyone leaves. And so I kind of gave her some truth bombs, but I made her laugh to the point where I'm like, listen, because people were getting mad. They were like, shut up, just leave.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm like, everyone paid a lot of money to come here, which is not even true, and it was like $12. But still, then the guy got up, and then the husband left. Came back and was like, "Oh, sorry, I was watching Tom Segura in the other room or something." Like,
story of our lives.
So then I made him the punchline. I was like, I made a couple more jokes about him. I can't see you guys anymore. What happened?
Well, it kind of switches. Like, we can't see you, and then you come on, and then you can't see us.
Listen, bro, we're running a top. Look, the guys over here doing the best that they can, but ultimately, this is still a podcast, okay? This ain't no fucking Entertainment Studios. I'm not Ryan fucking Seacrest. I'm Mayhem fucking Miller, and this is MMA Roasted.
Yes.
Exactly. I have a question, Adam. I have a question.
Sure.
For these comedy shows, I know there's a lot of fighters that come. Do you recognize all the fighters that come, or do you have to like secretly like Google everybody in the audience so you don't like fuck up their names when they come introduce you like as a fighter?
If I don't, I'll ask them. I'll be like, hey, what's your name? Like, last night the guy was like, oh, my name's Michael, whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm a huge fan. So I kind of made it funny. Like I had no idea who he was and say I'm a big fan.
But he does have, you have like this weird encyclopedic knowledge of fighters. You're the ultimate fanboy. You put Ariel Helwani to shame, really, because you know even the most obscure sons of bitches, and it's really impressed me. I like remember a guy how he fights. You can remember his fucking facial tissue, what his girlfriend looks like. You know what I mean? What size cup he wears. I don't know why you know that, but you know it's just kind of. You're really good at that, and you bring, the solid knowledge base here to Ween's obviously closeted gay and my MMA expertise. Yeah.
Well, sometimes I'll bring up, like, I remember when Leo Kuntz show, and Leo Kuntz, and he was in
Leo sounded like something else. It sounded like you said Leo Kuntz show.
Yeah.
I feel like you're put some respect on the man's name.
Leo Kuntz.
So he came to a show. And he actually had a show in Japan where the guy, or I think it was in Korea, and it was a fixed fight. They paid the guy to lose, his opponent, and his opponent still won.
Oh no!
And the guy went to jail for like fixing a fight. He was supposed to lose and still won. So I was like, when he came to the show, I'm like, you can't even win a fixed fight. Like, so like that was hilarious. And then Lauren Murphy came to a show, and Lauren Murphy was a girl who, when she was like 23 years old, she was a heroin addict, former drug addict, all kinds of problems, blew all her money. She got her life straightened, and then she went to jiu-jitsu class with her daughter, and then 7 years later, she's ranked number like 8 in the world. So I was like, kids, if you want to be a champion, do heroin.
Yeah.
Hey, no, let's talk about, you know what? That brings up an interesting point that I've been thinking about. Because, all right, let's go. Nunez, right? Shevchenko, whatever. Am I saying it right?
I think you got it spot on.
All right, Shevchenko, right? Who is like, very likable. With a stupid accent, speaks Spanish, Russian girl, definitely has taken some type of abuse in her past and has just taken it out on all the women in the division. I think the most interesting thing is that every once in a while, you'll just get these female Jesuses rising above the rest of the field and just dominating. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm trying to get some more data before I really make my theory on it. But right now, the current working theory that I got in my head is that there are a limited pool of like elite athletes as far as like doing MMA, and in the women's divisions, I feel like the difference is way more pronounced than it is in the men's divisions, because the men a lot of time are of similar strength, but the women, sometimes you get an outlier who's just a beast of an athlete and knows all the techniques, and then she just has like a domination reign until she gets, I don't know, menopausal, and then suddenly she gets knocked the fuck out. So I don't know. I was wondering what you guys think about this, because that's my working theory.
Well, I think the talent pool is a lot bigger with the men. I mean, that's number one. And then also the background. Like you really can't get a person who starts like that Lauren Murphy thing, MMA at like 22 and becomes ranked 5 in the world at 28, unless he had some kind of background. And I think now with women's wrestling becoming huge in colleges, like, there's more women's college wrestling programs than there are, I think, like women's gymnastics at this point in college. I think you're going to get a lot of better women. I think it's going to catch up. But I think also, yeah, I think that Nunes is probably an example of you have to be well-rounded. You can't just be good at one thing. I think Ronda Rousey was like the prototype of like you could be really good at one thing and just dominate.
Well, she was like the woman's Hoist Gracie. Like she was the first woman to like really master one skill and like take it to the bank every time. On top of that, you got to think of it too, from a marketing perspective, she's like a pretty woman, and the UFC was like kind of, they wanted to eke every last drop out of that. And then when they had another pretty woman fighter who was excellent kickboxer, she dethroned her. And then, it goes on. And now we have like, I don't know, I would call her a hot lesbian champion.
She has her hot moments.
Man, she just got that. Man, Nunes just got that aggressive face. If I was a woman, I would just let her eat me up.
Yeah.
Wait, she is a lesbian, right?
Yeah. She's married to
good.
What's her name?
Good. I don't want to be, this is now that Weendawg has come out to us on the last episode. Yeah. This is now a LGBT friendly show.
Yes.
And I'd like to welcome the embrace. Okay, not exactly the embrace, but I'd just like to welcome everybody to the show, regardless of your sexual gender identity.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
All welcome here at MMA Roasted.
Yeah, your sexual orientation or gender identity, I should say.
Did you ever date Ronda? Did you date Ronda?
Would you date Ronda Rousey?
No, did you?
Or did you? This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
So,
if you did, I'm going to need some details. At least
what's the news? What's the news? Adam, let's jump right into the news.
All right, okay, got it. All right. First of all, another thing.
Oh, God. Hey, by the way, we really miss you in studio. I never drink those energy drinks you bring in, but I'm really itching for one right now. I got to tell you, it's really missing. And the production crew, bro, you're a superstar over here, because production crew barely even talk to me. Pointed their nose up at me. These sons of bitches. Yeah. Swear to God. And they're probably cutting my mic out right now. So let me just go ahead and not say that. Go ahead. What were you saying on a time?
So I met this guy. So I was flying through LAX, by the way, which right now with the coronavirus is the worst.
Nice.
I'm so scared of getting and then giving it to my kid.
Yeah.
That's beyond scary. But I see this boxer named Jarrett Hurd. He's like ranked number 1 in the world, and I'm a decent boxer fan. I used to be bigger. So we start talking, and he's the nicest guy. He beat Lara. We're talking about the whole Tyson Fury and this and that, and we're really getting along. And his girlfriend's there, and we're going through security, and I'm asking him some questions, And this fucking blonde hair, like pretty girl goes, "You're holding up the line. Well, you guys, this is bullshit. Will you guys hurry up?" First, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like the flight. Like, and I look at her like, all right, I'm going to ignore her. So I'm like, so Jared, who do you think is going to win the fight? You know, Pacquiao or this guy? She goes, "Can you believe this? Can you believe this?" And then Jared was like, "Hey, you got to back up. You know, we're having a conversation. There's no need to scream at us." Right? And then she just starts screaming. And then I catch up to them, and I'm like, "I'm so damn white people." You know.
It wasn't a black girl.
No, it was a
What
white
if it was a black girl?
Okay.
If she was like, "Hey, you holding up the line," would you like be like, "Okay, boomer," or what?
No, I would not say no black people. I was just trying to make a joke.
But since she was a blonde lady, you were fine because it was Karen. Calm the fuck down, Karen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I see where you're coming from.
And then Jared was like, "No, it's not all white people. It's just her." I'm like, "I know, I'm kidding."
I too am a self-hating honky. I'm sure, you know, there's some part of us, the inside, that really hates the white devil, you know, but I ain't going to no Louis Farrakhan rally.
I'm not a self-hating honky, okay?
Oh, my bad. I was just trying to coin a phrase. You know, I say that the YouTube demographics hashtags are really hot right now. So if you call somebody a self-hating honky, you know what I mean? I feel like we get a little more traction. I've been cooking up a lot of ideas for the show to get us some more viewers, all right? And more listeners, okay? And I think
I'm going to get some. We should get T-shirts say "self-hating honky."
Nah. Yeah. Okay, fuck it. I'll print them. That's a Mayhem Miller Industries exclusive.
Just sell them on Mayhem's website.
Yeah. Start on mayhemmartialarts.com, which, by the way, is going gangbuster thanks to my crack team of detectives over there. You know, I'm getting booked for seminars right now, getting booked for, you know, doing some merchandise sales. Feeling really happy about it. I appreciate you guys helping me with that.
By the way, so I have Jay Moore coaching out of my garage, right? And
wait. Say that again.
Jay Moore is coaching wrestling, okay?
Jay Moore, the life coach, and actor.
And I was gonna call you to monitor. So
Mayhem is monitoring Jay Moore.
You're gonna be living
coaching pre-teenagers in your garage.
Okay, you're going to be living.
That you want me to live in, but yes. I'm not living in that garage. But second of all, okay, so did it happen? Did you let this guy?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, it went really well. But I figured you could train people out of there.
Yeah. That's what I want to do with my time is hang out in your garage.
Mayhem would become like an urban legend among the high schoolers. Like, I heard there's a ex-UFC fighter that lives in that garage.
Yeah.
He only comes out at night. And,
It'll be like
I'm like the Rat King from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I just crawl up out the sewers and coach everybody, hold hand pads for everybody, do double-legging middle schoolers through the universe. Yeah.
It'll be like Cobra Kai 3, the real Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Like Mayhem.
Like, son of a bitch.
Who's ever been elbow to the face? Nobody.
Who wants a roundhouse kick to the face when I'm wearing these bad boys? Yeah, I feel you. What the
You don't think you'd be great?
Yeah, it would be fantastic. Yeah, the cops would be there immediately.
All right. So,
you got your notes? I got my notes somewhere.
All right. Okay. So, first of all, I want to talk about a couple fights that went on. This guy who came to my show last night, this guy, Ross Schultz, he's undefeated, 6-0, wrestled in college. He's a beast, a monster. He's in Vegas exclusively over at Drysdale's gym.
You talking about? You said Roschalt, right? You said Raschalt, but I think his name is Roschalt, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
But,
listen, I don't have an English degree, so I could be wrong.
So he won his fight in Titan FC. He threw a really slick submission. I want to tell you this, man, because I get excited to hear your point of views on this.
Yeah.
Let's see the Titan FC, Ross Schultz. The kid's 6-0. And So what is he doing here?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a basic arm-in guillotine. Really, the beauty of it, and I wanted to tell the guy, that's why I wanted to talk to the guys in production. If you could run it back real quick, the beauty of this technique is how he gets into it, okay? Because this part, I mean, that's just some damn brute strength, pretty much. The slickness of it comes at the beginning as he, like, has this front headlock situation. You know, you'll see here in a moment. And I think this front headlock, and if you notice how he's got his hands gripped, okay, it's similar to a Darce, except he's got his hands gripped like right around like the guy's scapula. So that makes it so that when he falls back to this position here, okay, you guys are giving me epilepsy. Okay, when he falls back into this situation here, all right, yeah, now the angle is so that it's like kind of like a baseball bat choke, you know, like the classic thing where they, you know, the guy jumps behind and strangles the dude with the bat. Yeah, this is like the tightest it could be. I mean, he was done right here. Yeah, that's one of those things where for the weight class, this dude's arms are so long and he's strong that, man, this dude didn't have a chance once that got sunk in. Yeah, that was a fantastic submission. Now, I wonder what's going to happen when he fights guys that are a lot better wrestlers. Then we'll see him tested. You know, I could tell that guy's front headlock defense was not elite. You know, he
But that guy was a black belt.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, that's what I'm saying. But this style of like kind of wrestle fu, you know what I mean? It's like jiu-jitsu mixed with wrestling, because there's no way a lot of jiu-jitsu schools, you don't even run into guys who have this dominant front headlock position, because in jiu-jitsu, you don't use a front headlock that much. This guy definitely knows his way around a front headlock. And once he like locked that in, man, it was like an anaconda, you know? He just like slowly crushed it. You could see it right there.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the dudes like next to each other, you can tell that this guy is like a lot bigger human being. And so it's a lot harder to get your neck out of there when a guy probably outweighs him by at least, 8 pounds. That 8 pounds makes a difference.
He's also 6-0 versus a guy that was like 5-4.
Yeah.
So it seemed like they were.
Obviously, look, Titan FC is not dummies. They have like great guys that are marketing this dude. He's obviously very talented. And it's Royksop, by the way. We're saying we're calling him Rochelle. Yeah, Royksop, right? Like that. Remember that band back in the day? Anywhere I go, there's always something to remind me.
That's yeah.
That's the same name. It's the same. If you Google this fucking Royksop.
Really?
Yes. Fucking. I'm just. Yeah, it is a good song.
He does not look like he's 6'1" too. That's crazy.
Yeah, but
so
don't you think they should tell you what they weigh during the fight?
Yeah, but why would they do that? Like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Weigh him on the on that little entrance where John Jones always squats down. They're gonna right there at the top of the thing. You have one of those beef and poultry wares, like
600-pound life.
Some type of at a truck stop. You got to roll through real slow if you got a semi.
But just for betting purposes, don't you think they should if I know one guy's 190. And the other guy's 160.
No, because then what we'll do with carnival guessers like me who can, that guy weighs about 8 more pounds. I'm good at that game. So it'll totally eliminate a whole market for me by telling who's the fattest dude in this room right now. Me.
By the way, that boxer, Jared Hurd, loses 40 pounds before his fights.
Yep.
40.
Damn, 40. Wait, I didn't even ask. I don't know this guy. What weight does he fight at?
158, I think it is, and he weighs around 198. I mean, I get 156, 196.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was like, he goes, "How much weight do you think I lose?" I go 40 pounds. He goes, "You're the first guy to guess that right." I'm like, well.
Well, it's not uncommon, and you've been around the sport a lot, and so that we bro, sometimes you got to cut some weight, and to be the biggest human being in the ring at the time, it really helps you out, So it's like a whole different world, the weight cutting. A lot of people when I tell them how much weight I would cut and what I would do, they call me fucking crazy. Unless you're in the sport, you don't realize the secret in the sauce.
I told Benil Dariush that you said he was great, and he goes, "I love that madman."
Yeah. We had some fun. We had some fun ones. I love that guy too. It's great. Yeah.
The one guy that made you look normal hanging out with you was C.R. Baduzara.
Yeah. C.R. Baduzara, I called him the Afghani Mayhem because this dude was a madman. And he really he pumped up the volume, that guy. I know. He was like, he made everybody nervous except for me. I thought he was just, I thought he was casual. Because you got to understand where this dude he comes from Afghanistan, and they fled the Taliban, and he's got to be pissed that there's a peace accord with the Taliban right now. So his family, okay, they said that, I don't know, they were trying to extort his family. His family left Afghanistan to Holland because they were running away from the Taliban. Now, if you're like an Afghani growing up in damn Amsterdam, I'm going to have to say, you might not be the best Muslim all the time, right? I mean, it's a pretty crazy place to experience life. And, he just is a, knockout power in both hands, a great kickboxer.
But the night you took him to my show, he was going to jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
Remember?
No, but let me tell you why. That was, he was really fucking with me because he was going to jump off the bridge because of the time that we were in Amsterdam and we ate some Ian McCall's, right? and my idea, right, was hey, let's go on this boat tour around the harbor. And he's like, I don't think that's a good idea. And I said, no, it's a great idea, and we're doing it because, I was on that Ian McCall shit.
Yeah.
And, bro, I got halfway out of we were crawling around the canals, and I guess I had this Italian Job type boat ride in mind, where you're zooming around with Jason Statham. But instead, what I got was Larry the Lazy Tugboat going about 2 miles an hour through this shitty canal, right? And I was fucking pissed. And then the McCall shit started coming on, and I was like, I can't take this, bro. I'm gonna jump off. And the canal, it was about it felt like it was a foot. I could jump from the boat back to land. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna jump back. And he's like, no, my friend. You do not do it. The water is very dirty and you will die. I'm telling you, if you do it, you will die. And he eventually convinced me. I had a fantastic time because we got out into the harbor and I stopped feeling so claustrophobic. And I had this elated godlike experience where I connected with Mother Earth and, and all the weird looking people on the boat. But he was fucking with me because later when we were at your show, the time that I said I was going to jump into the disgusting E. coli laden water, and he convinced me not. He wanted me to convince him not to jump.
It was like a big ass bridge.
Yeah.
And he's hanging there. Yeah. And you're like, don't do it. Don't do it.
And then I body locked him and pulled him back over to.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he crawled out. He put both feet out and was leaning out like he was gonna. You know how I'm sure you've been there in Long Beach in the Laugh Factory where there's a overpass. It's only 2 stories. But, it's enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I body locked him and dragged him back on it. Bless his heart.
Oh, it was so funny. By the way, didn't you guys go to the red light district when you guys were in Amsterdam?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The red light district?
Have you ever been?
I've been to the one in Bulgaria. No, I think
Bulgaria? Listen, man, Bulgarian prostitutes there couldn't even hold a candle to the Amsterdam red light district.
Was it Bulgaria? I was in somewhere. Maybe Brussels.
Please don't be daydreaming about prostitutes on the podcast, bro.
Maybe it was Brussels, and
Mongolia.
I wanted to tell the girl jokes and do a kamikaze comedy in a whorehouse.
Yeah, finally somebody would laugh.
then I whipped out a camera. And they almost fucking killed me. And then
Why
I
did you
just
whip out a camera?
because I wanted to film it and then play it like a prostitute. I would just tell her jokes.
Oh my!
I heard
God.
they make you wear condoms. What kind of bullshit is that?
Well, dude,
All right,
you have any
next
guys?
segment,
You really
just keep
want
the podcast
All right,
going.
so now let me just stop the podcast. Again, you're going to bring the podcast to a screeching halt to talk about your unsafe sex practices, Weed. I'm going to just go ahead and say it's a bad idea to be raw dogging hookers, okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to go on record of it's a terrible idea.
But if you're paying like $500 to have sex with a girl, I want to go in there raw, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Like
you want to die, huh? Like, is
Some
that the
days.
plan?
If I'm going to die, I want it to be from an Amsterdam hooker,
Yeah.
not from natural causes.
But bro, like, do you know that like sex diseases is like the most terrible death? I mean, you're not gonna be dying, like Vin Diesel. You're gonna be dying. You're gonna be dying like Matthew McConaughey in the Buyers Club, bro. Gonna be all.
You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get herpes on your neck.
I do have herpes on my neck.
Whoa! Wait, time out. You got herpes on your neck?
Well, all right, well, since you brought it up, I watched a video on YouTube about this trans man.
You caught herpes from a YouTube video?
This is a very elaborate
Sorry,
story.
go ahead,
I'm going to
go
turn it
ahead.
into a screenplay.
All right, fine.
I watched a video on this trans man. So it was a woman who transitioned into a man. And the woman, she was very, very feminine, petite, probably like 90 pounds. And then she started taking testosterone. And over 2 years, she like turned into Chris Cyborg, dude. She got this full beard. And I was like, oh my God. So there's something to this testosterone stuff. So what I did is I went on Amazon and bought as much natural testosterone boosters as I possibly could. And you probably shouldn't be taking as much as I'm taking right now because I'm having some side effects. So along with that, I also bought like this beard growth serum off the black market. And since I've been using it, I've been like, my skin has been turning into like scales in the morning. I have to like put on super advanced like diabetes lotion for people who are diabetic or whatever it is. And my face is burning a lot. I don't know if that's from the testosterone or from the oils that I bought off the black market. But yeah, that's my herpes outbreak on my neck. My head, I put freaking orange makeup on my forehead this morning because I'm like very embarrassed about this. But I'm going to keep going until I see like some noticeable changes at least in my facial hair.
This is a terrible idea all the way around, Ween. I'm scared for you, bro. You're really like doing an eBay Petri dish type situation.
I am.
Where you're just like trying to like figure out like all. Why, bro?
I mean, everybody is on testosterone. I have a low testosterone count. I already know that.
So basically, you're a male to male transitioning?
I'm a male to a mailer transitioning thing.
Why with the beard? You can't get a beard?
Well, yeah, ever since I've been watching our videos on YouTube, I'm very self-conscious of like my actions and how I look on the podcast. Like I have a very weak chin and I have a very bad posture. I notice that's why I'm trying to focus on sitting up straight. And I notice out of nowhere, I'll just start bobbing my head up and down for no reason. So I'm trying to like work on these things.
Are you reading the fucking comments? Is that
I am
what's
reading the
going
comments, and I'm very, very enthused
comments
about
will make
changing
you
my life.
crazy, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened with you? Someone called you O.J. Simpson and you flipped out?
No, yeah, you're taking it way out of context. But yeah, that was like a Twitter comment that happened a million years ago, and I was so fucking mad about it. You're right. I like how you like extract one little piece of info. Classic Adam.
Yeah.
Classic Adam. Well, and what's the deal behind you, bro? Are you like trying to seduce us right now? Show us your nice room at the Strat.
Nice room. I mean, well, okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Got you the honeymoon suite.
Well, I'm glad. Look, I'm glad you brought all this up. The next segment that we got going on, okay? I feel like me and Ween have taken over the show since you're not in town. You're over there at the Strat holding it down. We'd like to ask you a question about this picture right here. I mean, I figured the best thing we could do. And if we could make sure to show the audience.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I gotta see this.
Great. All right.
Put it up on this screen.
Go ahead. Let's talk about this story. Tell us a story about this picture there, Mr. Hunter, if that is your true name.
That's when I got arrested for selling weed, some testosterone.
Wait. You cut out for a second. Yeah, you're some kind of steroid dealer?
I got arrested for selling weed, some fake beard stuff.
Fake beard oil.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's not even a mug. I don't know what. That's like a YouTube video that you guys. What do you put in the corner?
Get the fuck out of here. Don't try to say that's not a mugshot. That's a fucking mugshot. I have it on good authority that is your real mugshot, and I'm not the criminal here. You are.
It looked like I'm just about to bust. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I just
Can I see the
busted.
mugshot
Tell
really
us
quick? Can I see that really
Yeah,
quick? I haven't seen it yet.
Tell us what.
Oh.
Oh my
Take it
God.
off. Just take it off.
That's the worst. Dude, you're bumming me out, bro. This is like the worst. Thing of my life.
Oh, you don't like how that feels? You don't like how it feels? Is it interesting? How the tables have turned.
It's so funny because you know what I was gonna do to you, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna be like, Mayhem, we're not gonna talk about you getting arrested anymore. Never gonna do that. We have a new theme song to the show, and then I was gonna play Bad Boys, Bad Boys.
We have the rights to the song. I drained my bank
And then I
account.
was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. That's too mean. But after you fucking mistakes with that picture, I'm like, why didn't I fucking do that?
Nah, you already ruined the bit. You got to come up with a new one now.
All right, okay.
Hey, let's talk about. Go ahead.
Let's talk about. Okay, go ahead.
Spike Carlisle against Arlon Cruz. Now, whether we thought these shots to the back of the head. First of all, I don't know where they found this guy, Spike Carlisle. He looks like Uriah Faber, like a ginger Uriah Faber / Clay Guida.
The alpha ginger. Yeah. This dude is a beast. Yeah. Yeah, man, this ground and pound is fucking badass. I gotta admit, I will say that his opponent didn't make much effort to get out of that mount position, but probably because he was getting battered all about the head and face. This dude is.
But is that
he
shot to the? No, is that to the back of the head? What do you think?
Obviously. I mean, look, every week we talk about it, we're the only ones who bring it up when it happens. The broadcast, Joe Rogan don't say shit about shots to the back of the head. Because why? Because it's something that is one of those accepted illegal moves. Like, we're not going to talk about it because why? Because it's not like the referee can jump in there, and then stop the whole fight when obviously this guy has the momentum, and he's winning the fight. Yeah, of course he hit him in the back of the head, but that's the business, It wasn't intentional. He wasn't going directly for it, but, that's part of the game, If you don't want to get hit in the back of the head, don't put yourself in that position. And this is coming from somebody who's been illegally punched in the back of the head way more than the average bear. So, it's part of the business where if you put your head down in this bad position, the guy can, exercise his First Amendment right to bash you in the back of the head.
And now, how many times when you get hit in the back of the head, how does that feel? Is it like?
I was wondering that. Is it like
feels like a fucking massage. The closest I've never been knocked out, but the closest that I ever been to knocked out was in training one time. A guy had me in like the tightest headlock ever, and I was getting pissed, and I had jumped around to his back. So, he still had me in a headlock, but I was basically on his back, and I yanked my head out, and suddenly I yanked it perfect out and bashed my head into a plywood wall behind me with no, I know. I was seeing stars. I was singing the Star Spangled Banner. There was Tweety Bird there. You were there too. You were the Cowardly Lion. Yeah. You were the Scarecrow. It was, I think Harvey Weinstein was there. Bill Cosby. Bro, getting hit in the back of the head is the most dangerous. I mean, it's one of the most dangerous things.
You ever get choked out totally in practice? Put to sleep?
Oh, yeah, for sure. A multitude of times. I don't know. I would never, I would always try to give 100% in the room. So, when a guy would catch me in something, I would go for it. I think maybe once or twice it happened, where I just, because I would do in practice was always try to push my limits. To see how far I could take it, okay, I would let lightweight guys. I remember I let Benil Darush, I let him I get on my back, and then I would just stand up and walk around while he's like choking me and not defend at all. And then at the last second, when I felt like I was gonna pass out, I would like reach back and defend, to kind of push myself to see how far I could take my body. But then I stopped doing it in front of everyone because I was afraid they're gonna think I had a fetish.
What you do. One of the hard parts about coming from wrestling to jiu-jitsu is wrestling's always like, power out of this, power out. And I would always get caught in arm bars or knee bars and think I could just power out of everything and then not know when to tap. When did you know when your arm was in danger, your leg was in danger, or your neck was in danger that you had to tap?
Well, in practice, in practice, it's like kind of like you got to check your ego, and if you get caught in something, it's fine. It's fine to tap, and really that's the most important thing for like up and coming fighters, because if you like go, beyond the range of motion that you got, especially with heel hooks, okay? Heel hooks, armbar, I was always real flexible, so I really could like push the envelope there. But in retrospect, with the knee, with the twisting, circular knee locks, not a straight knee lock, but like a heel hook or these type of things that put pressure on your LCL or ACL. These, I think, you really got to check your ego and tap when you feel the guy actually have the technique. You can't like really like play with it too much, because the possibility for you to get injured is there. And then if you get injured like that, you're out for 6 months. So
Cub Swanson. That's what happened to Cub.
You tore your ACL how many times? 4 times, right?
Yeah, I think so. 5 maybe. I don't know. I just kept getting them repaired and going back out there. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the life, life of a fighter. Sometimes doing
same leg.
The most dangerous place to get injured really is in the takedowns. The takedowns is usually the place that it's easiest to get injured in practice, where your foot is planted, or your hand is planted, and then you get taken down. That's like these high, these I don't know exactly the word, but like these kind of things where the opportunity where there's a lot of mass going this way or that way, from the ground. I mean, from the stand up to the floor. I think that's the most dangerous place. But checking your ego on a tap out is really the most important thing for jiu-jitsu,
So same leg or both legs with your ACL?
Yeah, I bust both of them because, the way things happen is you tear one and then your other leg overcompensates, and then suddenly this one gets weakened and it blow out that one. It's just, that's how it is. The reality of injuries is that once you catch one, you got to rehab it to the fittest, or you'll catch another one.
Now, when you fought GSP, did you know that he had already tear his ACL at that point? Did you ever target?
No, we were like young men when we fought. Yeah, we were like. No. Like I said, we were both young, never been injured. It was like one of those things. Yeah, I remember hearing he got his ACL busted. That was years later. Yeah.
So TJ Brown, Jordan Griffin. I was rooting for TJ Brown because he came to my show in Arkansas. Super nice guy. He was winning this fight until he wasn't, until he got caught. Now, which is like, would you rather get dominated and just outclassed in a loss?
Look, a win is a win. A win is a win. But this. Sorry.
But like, would you rather lose by getting dominated or lose by getting caught?
Well, the problem with losing after getting dominated like that is now people kind of gave the game plan. Mm-hmm. You gave your future opponents a good game plan.
It's a blueprint. Is out.
Exactly. So if they see what your weaknesses are, very apparently, and really this dude on top, I hate to Monday morning quarterback this guy, but if he would have just like done a forward roll and gave up this top position for a second, he wouldn't have got choked unconscious. Like, you know what I mean? If I was his coach, and I mean, who the fuck knew that this guy could do this? This is such a rare thing to be able to do, though. Like, this is just some damn He-Man strength right here for him to them choke this dude's chicken off right here. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I'm glad he won that one, but damn, you know, you're right about that. He's getting beat.
I mean, Bisping was saying, oh, he's not in danger. He's not in danger.
No, he's definitely in danger. I knew it right when I was watching this, and I was laughing out loud at what Bisping was saying. I was like, what are you talking about? This dude's neck is like looking tiny right now, you know?
He's asking for a thumbs up. And he's out.
Yeah. Yeah, he slept him.
Isn't that crushing his esophagus?
Yeah, he's crushing his esophagus. He's got definitely this left side carotid artery is pinched off and probably part of the right, because see how deep he's in underneath the chin? I mean, that's just some, you know, next level
that's
right there.
Painful.
Yeah, I mean, that's a crush. But I'm surprised that, you know, just naturally you'll freak out and give up the top position. If you get your neck caught in like that, the reality is you're supposed to, you know, front flip out and like spin back into him so that way you take the pressure off the choke. But I guess he is one of those things where when a dude has like a superpower that you never seen before, you don't realize it, you know? And he had that superpower with that choke, and you know, it's one of those things where it doesn't work. That 90% of people can't do that. And he's that 10% that can. And when he caught it, the guy wasn't ready.
Bisping gave you a shout out on the telecast. You hear it?
Nah.
I didn't hear
That's
it either.
cool.
He said when I was preparing for Mayhem Miller.
Oh, my body triangle.
Trying to get out, body triangles. Yeah.
I did hear it. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. That's cool.
Did you smile when you said that? Did you at least smile or be like, oh, he's talking about me? Or
how often do I smile?
Yeah, I smile. When like really fucked up things happen, you smile.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Got to smile through the pain, baby.
Of course.
Hey, what else happened on that card? There was one more fight,
Megan
right?
Anderson. Well, there was Megan. Well, there were a couple things.
Come back,
Megan Anderson. Who's like 6'2", brunette. She knocked out her opponent, and Felicia Spencer was the girl who fought Cyborg, and like Cyborg couldn't finish her. But this girl could take a pounding. Oh, my God.
Can take a pounding. Yeah, she can take a pounding. Hey, can you do me a favor from now on? Like when you talk about an attractive male, for me and Ween, I want you to make sure to mention if he's blonde or brunette. All right, will you do that?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Or how big, how or like
sure,
how thick.
I want the same categories that I put my porn into for my fighters.
I'll talk about his girth.
Yeah,
Yes.
girth, yeah.
So Felicia Spencer, the thing is, who should Nunez fight next? That's the thing. Who has a better shot of fighting Nunez? This is a tough one because Megan Anderson has more power, but Felicia Spencer has a better ground game. So Nunez, it seems like if Nunez is able to walk through Cyborg, we'll be able to walk through Anderson, especially on the ground. It seems like both these girls are going to have a tough time with Nunez.
Right. I agree.
I think everybody, come on, we already know that everybody is going to have a tough time. But the girl she fought last time, I feel like, man, some updates to her jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I feel like that girl could really, because her kickboxing is so quality. What's her name?
Jermaine Durand.
Yeah, Jermaine Durand. Yeah, she's awesome. Like, she really like impressed me with that last fight. But at the same time, you know, Nunez has skills in all the areas. So she got her down. She stayed on top. She, avoided the submissions. Now these other girls, I don't know. I don't know if we can talk about them in the same conversation. Is that? I mean, I know you know all the rumors. Is that rumor to happen? Either of those fights?
Yeah, like Nunez tweeted out during the fight. She said, "I got my eyes on this fight," and it's the problem is that the 145 division is very shallow. It's like 4 girls. There's like 4 or 5 girls in this. So it's who else is she going to fight? Does she stay? I mean, what else happens?
They're just doing a round robin. Is that what's going on? They're just like
it seems that way. It's like musical chair. I would say that Megan Anderson is the more exciting fight to make, especially if you do it in Australia. Then you have the big event. It's more of a moneymaker.
And she's hot.
And but Spencer is more durable we've seen Anderson get finished. We've not seen Spencer get finished, even by Cyborg. I don't know. Neither of them really. I don't know. They should fight each other, and the winner should.
Yeah, that's the natural progression.
They have fought each other though.
What happened last
Felicia
time?
Spencer submitted Megan Anderson.
Oh yeah, really quick. Yeah, so I guess,
like the first round.
Yeah, so I guess Spencer wins.
With what?
It's like a rear naked choke, I
Oh
think.
wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's news to me. I didn't know that.
Now, the fight that I want to ask, 2 other fights on this card, was the Kudalaba fight, where he was playing like rope-a-dope, and the ref stopped it. But was he hurt?
Bro, I tweeted fake. I was mad as fuck because I felt like that shit was just heating up. You know what I mean? Like, look, he did get. Look, this shot right here. They stopped it. If you run it back a little bit, what we're gonna show is that this kicks. The kick that really hurt him, like, went through his arm and bashed him and made him wobbly, but he was still just chucking them things, you know. And I get it too. Like, the referee got hyped up. The guy did look wonky, but he was still moving forward. He was still defending himself. It was like the bad call. And I mean, it's again, I feel like the best refs have fought before because you can stay calm in there. I doubt that little guy has ever fought.
Well, Jason Herzog's a good ref. I don't think he's fought before. He's trained before. But do you think he was faking it, or do you think he was really wobbly?
No, he was wobbly.
This is Kevin McDonald, by the way, the ref.
Kevin McDonald is the ref. Yeah.
Now, also, you think he should get fined for the beginning of the fight when he, like, didn't even shake the guy's hand? He went right towards the corner.
He, like, charged him.
No, bro.
You don't
like,
think he should get fined for this?
No, they what do you mean? They face you off. They said, if you want to touch gloves, do it now.
No, it was before that. It was before they touched gloves.
You are not required to touch gloves with this fucking communist. So go fuck yourself, America.
No, it was
It's right here.
When they announced
like
him.
charged him.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see this. My bad. Wait, what did he do? Come on, show me the whole clip.
He's announcing his name.
So stupid.
Awesome. Yeah, I say fine him about $350 for that. Just like, $350. I mean, that just made it more exciting. It looked like he was trying to make out with them, but it was unrequited. You know, maybe that's why this guy stopped the damn thing. He was doing the Harlem Shake, and they stopped the fight. Yeah, this is bizarre. I think he was just in the zone and just couldn't understand. His spatial recognition software just fell apart at this time.
The other guy he got underhooks. He went right into the guy's underhooks. He didn't
I
even
saw that. It was quality technique. Yeah, it was good. There's good Greco-Roman wrestling. I learned that one from Randy Couture and from Dan Henderson. Yeah.
So, I mean, should there be a fine for this or no? For real, because you can't do that.
Look, man, I'm not. Look, I got fined for getting jumped on national television. Okay, so I'm not in favor. I'm not in favor of fining anybody for anything. Let the guys just fight. You know.
Just
how much did you get fined for?
I don't know, like $50,000. Like, it was a ridiculous amount of money.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, because what?
Really?
Yeah, because of what? I'm supposed to, I'm supposed to not go in the ring and ask for a rematch. Are you kidding me?
I know, dude.
Yeah.
But didn't they tell you to go in there? Didn't they tell you to go in there?
Somebody told me, but I don't know if it was them.
Did you
give a shout out to my homeboy Jesus? Huh?
Did the person who told you to go in there pay it, or did you pay it?
I paid it. Yeah. Listen.
Really?
Bro. Yes. You got to fucking live your life. You know, you got to look, the only thing you have control over is your own actions. Okay. So take control of your own actions.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got $50,000. That's bullshit.
Well,
you didn't even put your hands on them. They put their hands on you. All you said was,
I gave somebody business. I double-legged Nate Diaz, I think, and I was giving him the business while they were giving me the business. I've been jumped before. Ain't nothing new. I knew what to do. I knew what to do.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So look, that dude getting fake KO'd was like the low light of the night. And every week Every week we come on this show and bitch about officiating, bitch about the judging, okay? I'm just sick. I want a boring week. I want a boring week of fights coming up.
No controversy.
Okay, we all agree that dude whooped that dude's ass, and it's definite, and there's no crying about it, all right?
The fight before this one was Diego Sanchez and Michelle Pereira, and then the fight before that, I forgot, but
Diego,
like every week there's some crazy thing going on.
Diego got very upset at me about our segment. Told me to go fuck myself.
Did you tell him we got 50,000 views?
You deserved it.
No, I told him that I was like, I'm not allowed to make jokes. I'm a comedian. I go, why? Come on, man. I wasn't making jokes about him. I love Diego Sanchez.
But you were making jokes about his
so were you.
grandmaster. Yeah, but I'm me. And I'm a respected comedian out in these streets. Meanwhile, you're hacky hacksack doing doing bullshit on Kung Fu Masters.
Fuck you, man.
I know how to get under this man's skin.
Mayhem is only saying this because you're not here to use your power.
Down. Yeah, exactly. I'm only saying this because your power is nowhere near me.
First of all, bullshit guy, okay, I'm not hacky hacksack, all right? I come up with original jokes millions of them.
We know,
okay?
but you're so sensitive, okay? We know.
Number two, okay? You don't want, listen, I asked you to come to Muay Thai kickboxing class, and we could exchange power, all right?
He did.
And what happened?
I bitched out, bro. You're right. I bitched out. I was afraid. I was afraid to taste the iron 8 limbs of Adam Hunter.
So I said, come to class.
No, send me some footage of you. Send me some footage of you sparring and hitting pads so I can be ready for this.
I want you to into yourself. I want you to do it. I want you to hold them for me.
Oh God! Now I'm your fucking personal trainer. All right,
yes.
You son of a bitch.
I'm giving you free rent. All right, so okay, here we go.
Can I move in too?
Yeah, me and Ween are gonna fucking live in your pool house. Fucking, we're gonna be your pool boys. Gonna be rubbing lotion on each other all day. This is the worst episode ever, bro. I can't believe that we're fucking doing this right now.
We'll put that on fans only. We'll get millions of dollars.
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching your fans only page right now. This damn seedy hotel room in the back on the back lots of Vegas. Oh my God, bro! Right. I bet you're wearing a thong, man. No.
Oh, he is wearing a thong. Oh God,
bitch.
All right, so let's talk about Joseph Benavidez. That was sad because first of all, the guy misses weight by 3 pounds for a title fight. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
It's bullshit.
What are we doing? And then he was doing well, and then he wasn't. And I can't even say the headbutt was his fault or the other guy's fault because Joe leaps in with his head. It was just a clash of. I felt terrible for him though. You could tell it really got to him. I mean, that might have been the saddest post speech I've ever seen, except for the Cormier one when he lost to John Jones when he got head kicked the second time. It's hard to watch, really hard to watch.
Worst case scenario.
I don't understand why I didn't know they let the guy who lost, talk. If you just got your head battered in, it's probably not the best time to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
That was supposedly the new rule, but I feel like the truck in the back tells them to do it. So
yeah,
I don't think it's like Bisping's choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Let's talk about. Go on. What were you saying?
Moving on.
Please talk. I'm going to get shit on the comments for interrupting you again.
No, I'm fine.
I did call that fight, by the way. I said Figueroa was going to win. I was the only one here. Ion Cutelaba fight fucked up my parlay.
Are you like in addition to being like a sex maniac, are you also like a degenerate gambler?
I am
I feel
very
like
bad
there's a lot of
gambler.
addictive behaviors going on in one body, bro. Like,
I do have addictive genes in my body. I don't gamble a lot of money. Maybe I do like $1 parlays, but I'll do like 400 of them. So it's not that big of a deal.
Where are you putting this money at?
This is on both. I don't know if I should say it.
No, don't say it. But it's online.
It's legal. It's not illegal. It's free. I mean, not free, but it's not. It's.
So you just like you're always walking around with like a $6 sweater on and a janky.
This is an actual $6 sweater.
I know. Yeah, I'm well aware. I've been to the $6 sweater store. But I'm just saying, like, you need to invest like I don't know, bro. Like, why are you like spending all your money on these pursuits of the flesh? I feel like maybe it, you know, this road is pretty short, dude. I don't want you to catch AIDS. You know what I mean? Lose all your money on a parlay.
Yeah.
You know, I want the best for you, Ween.
I think this weekend's fights are going to be the last time I'm betting besides Tony Ferguson. I'm going to bet all I have on Tony Ferguson to beat Khabib.
Oh, wait, all you have?
It's like
$17.
It's like
$20. He's kicking in his life.
When I say all I have, it's my bankroll on the actual website. It's not my bank account. It's just whatever I put in, which is like $100. I just bet off that pretty much. You know.
Awesome.
So it's not too big of a deal.
Speaking of betting, so Deontay Wilder, they're saying the third one's going to happen July 18th in Vegas, according to ESPN. That's rumors. Should he get a rematch that fast? I don't think his performance really deserved the rematch that fast, but it was one bad fight. He won 30 or 40 fights before that.
I'm pretty sure it's a clause in his contract, is it not?
They both have to agree
like,
to
I'm
it.
sure and they both have to what?
Agree to it, I think, to do the third fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
look, I'm with you. He got mopped up so one-sidedly that it's kind of like feels stupid to have a rematch. But, you know, I figure with a good coach and a good camp, I figure, he could have a lot better showing and completely, negate some of that. Really, he needs to box Fury like Fury boxed Klitschko. It needs to be like more of a boxing match and less of a wrestling match, because that was the whole problem. He wrestled with that big man the whole time, and it just wore him out. After 2 rounds of carrying Fury's gypsy fatness on top of him, it was over. It was fucking game over. And I mean, that was a great game plan by Fury. Like that was all. I mean, that was one of my favorite boxing fights in a while, just because I felt like Wilder was going to come out and dance on him, and he never got the chance. He never got the chance.
But this is not Rocky 3 where a guy could just kind of do a whole. I mean, he won 40 fights in a row with the new style of fighting.
You're right.
Just catch you. Can all of a sudden he become a counterpuncher boxer, Floyd Mayweather type? Is that possible?
It's possible. I think that he has the skills already to do that, but the game plan, he didn't expect Fury to come out and lay on him and dirty box him like that. He didn't expect that at all. I don't know. It was an oversight of his corner. His corner, I'm not the number one boxing fan in the world. Okay, I'll admit it. But his corner just seemed deflated from the get-go. After he lost 1 round, the guys were just like quiet, no good advice. They kept flashing to the corner. There was nothing. It was like a bunch of yes men fucking going, "You're doing great, champ." No, you're fucking not. Someone needs to tell him, "You're fucking up. This white boy is whipping your ass. You need to step to the angle and put some long punches out there, and jab. Like, what the fuck? Instead of wrestle with this guy." It was just like, I don't know. I was getting frustrated.
His corner was Mark Breland, who was an Olympic gold medalist, amazing boxer. And I think he didn't let him into the dressing room at the end because he stopped the fight. Like, I think he's done. There's a huge rift now. Floyd Mayweather said he can teach Wilder to beat Fury. Should he go with Mayweather?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want that as my head coach. But at the same time, I don't know. It definitely might help, because here's why. Not because the reasons you think. Not because Mayweather's some magic motherfucker. It's that he has like all the resources. He's like boxing royalty. He has all the resources in the world and the network where everybody wants to be a part of the money team, where they could have like sparring partners to simulate Fury's style. And that, I think, is one of the most important components of a combat sports game plan, is to having a dude who can emulate the style of your opponent. So that way, you can watch tape and visualize it all you want and drill techniques, but ultimately it comes down to muscle memory and having somebody of the similar body type do a similar game plan so that your body can react. And I feel like that's the way to make a fighter, complete for that night.
On a side note, Mayweather came to a comedy show at the Laugh Factory, had this hot black girl give him a massage on his head the entire show. 2 hours of getting,
that's not distracting, is it?
That was her whole job.
Say shit about it. Did you fucking?
I said some stuff about it, but he seemed like a night. It was for Michael Blackson was the headliner, and I was opening for Michael Blackson. Now Wilder had an interview that
I know which one you're talking about.
It's very Black Panther-y. Like,
can we play it?
Yes,
please play it.
Deontay Wilder, because I got to get your take on this. I was looking forward to seeing the Deontay Wilder interview, where he says he's a king. Do we have it, guys?
He's a king.
We're waiting for it. And it's very professional wrestling like, which I like.
I don't know. I don't. I'm not.
All right.
Here we go.
Play this. He finally breaks the silence. This is what he says.
To all my loved ones around the world, I just want to let you know that I am here. Your king is here. And we ain't going nowhere. The war has just begun. I will rise again. I am strong.
He's taking a dump right now.
I am a king. You can't take my pride. I am a warrior. I'm a king that will never give up. I'm a king that will fight to the death. And if anyone don't understand that, don't understand what it is to go to war, don't understand what it is to fight, we will rise again. We will regain the title. I will be back. We will hold our heads up high. Your king is in great spirit. And we will rise like a phoenix from the ashes and regain the title. I'll see you in a few months.
Oh, man. Bro, that is
just begun.
The war has just begun.
All my love to all my people.
Oh, what?
So somebody wrote...
No, and that's the weirdest thing. It's got fucking credits at the end. It's just him doing a fucking Snapchat on the toilet with like this Kanye West Sunday service voice, and the motherfucker puts credits at the end. You know what that needs? As at the end is Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. Bum, 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 fucking ass, man. Listen, bro, that's some like post-traumatic stress disorder that he's been at the church talking with his pastor, speaking in this kind of beat poetry.
Yeah.
Sort of talking like William Shatner. Somebody
wrote, I'm a king, but the crown's too heavy for my head.
Yeah. 45-pound crown.
I mean, look, I'm a fan of Wilder.
To this day.
Bombs.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's going through a traumatic bunch of shit, dude. Like, that was bad. And the strange thing is, hey, the fucking guys running the boards are now getting, that really needed a toilet flush at the end of that video.
Yeah, we need more sound effects.
Yeah, are you guys really going to start fucking sound effecting on us? I appreciate that. But that, I don't know, dude. What that is, I'll tell you what that is. That's his ego bruised because he lost the damn fight, and he also still has this like thing that's been gaining steam where we've seen it. We've seen him like go from hardworking boxing champ to like this superstar, and now his like sense of self is so inflated, and he's got people telling him you're the king and you're awesome all the time that he just can't deal with it. He's making peace with it, and he gets somebody to edit his Snapchats now.
Is anyone? Yes, our king is back. Like, is anyone actually cheering after watching that, or really excited? Because I feel like people are watching that and like rolling their eyes or being like, "Oh, dude, just get back in the gym and work hard. We don't need you to be our king. We don't really have kings. This is America.
Yeah.
Kings in England are just not really. Nobody's our king."
I was just pissed that he had his damn phone in vertical mode. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, it's 2020, bud.
He has $1 billion.
Turn your phone sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, when you lost your fight, you were like cursing out the lady.
That's inaccurate. That's inaccurate. Let me just go ahead and stop it right there. There's that I was trying to get a drink at the bar. The lady, the guy poured a drink. The lady at the back bar told me no. And I walked off and I said, I thought under my breath, what a cunt. She heard me and then blew it up into like Titanic purport. Yeah, all of a sudden I was just the worst dude, whatever. But she heard me.
Mark Munoz had to make a speech about it or something.
He did? Bless his heart. I love that guy. Yeah, he's the nicest dude. Poor guy. So yeah, the mayhem of old was like really like just burning every bridge behind me, just stomping on everybody's feelings all the time. I'm much more sensitive flower these days, you know.
But yeah, first of all, that was under your breath. I mean, you didn't know. You didn't like, hey, you're a.
Yeah.
Why would you give you a drink? You had a blown fucking ACL. You're lifting out. You just wrestle fuck.
Thanks for being on my team. Thanks for being on my team.
You needed a drink.
But trust me, I don't. No, you don't defend that behavior. That's rude, and that's not the way that you treat people, even under your breath. You cunt.
All right, fine. I was just saying that I was just saying that you handled your losses differently than saying I'm a king.
Yeah.
I guess, but I guess it's better than like beating yourself. I don't know. Maybe that's his way of.
No, he is. You didn't hear, bro. That was a lot of pain in the man's voice. Like he wasn't saying like, "Hello, my subjects. I am the king. I am the king. Your king is here. I am a fighter to the death." He was saying like, "I'm the king. And I'm on my toilet." And it was like moments away from crying to the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. Like that's what was going on there. I know it's a bummer, bro. And people don't understand, you know, like when, you know, it's easy for us to sit here and talk about it. We didn't lose that fight. He did. Everyone thought he was going to win that fight. Everyone thought he was going to win that fight. Like pretty much. I mean, there were some outliers there that were saying Tyson Fury, but after the last fight, you know, it was so close, and Deontay was so close to winning that fight that he really, you know, it's hard to accept that shit just happened. On top of that, head injury, everybody forgets about that part. He got battered, and
now where do you think of the whole concussion? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be rooting for him. I told you, I met him. He came to the comedy show. The guy was super sweet, super polite. And I'll Deontay all day. Although those videos I find entertaining.
Which one?
If not, I'm a king. I mean, it's just I'm into that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now, there's a big conspiracy about the gloves. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
In the first fight, it looked like Tyson Fury's gloves were bending in a strange way.
This is the first fight.
This was the first fight. Now, I talked to about this yesterday. Stitch came to my show, the famous Stitch. And he said this is ridiculous to people are thinking of this because his hands would break. And what's touching somebody with gloves like this because it's like hitting someone with like a pillow, you know? Mm-hmm. But it does look a little strange. I'm not going to lie. It looks a little weird the way gloves are flapping, like it's like right there.
Yeah, I watched this. This looks a little sketchy. I mean, granted, he lost this fight, didn't lose. It was a draw. It looked like he lost this fight, you know. But that right there to me looks real fishy. You know, it looks like he wiggled his hands down. He wiggled his hands down inside his glove, you know, and this like. He's like out there flipping this floppy thing at him, right? That's bizarre, first of all. And then when he hits him with this hook here, it just looks blatantly like he's punching through his wrist. Yeah. That looks for sure fishy. But I always say it, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So
how does that like benefit him though? Like, what's the cheat here?
Well, the cheat is, look, you got to understand, and everybody forgets this, nobody knows this outside the fight business, is that I could wrap your hand up and make it like a cast.
Right.
You just using tape and gauze. I can wrap it up so it's like a fucking brick.
Right.
Basically, you're just throwing a brick at the guy's face. So, a good hand wrap man will make it so that there's a brick in your glove. And if you're not hitting with the padded part, fuck. You see what happens in the bare knuckle fighting championship, right?
Yeah.
It's very different. You get cut easier. The impact is like much more condensed. Putting all that mass, putting that mass of foam on your hand, like really puts it dampens the strike. But punching right straight through it, like where it's just an inch of leather. A quarter of an inch of leather. It's a possibility that there's a.
But why would this only happen in one round, though? Wouldn't this happen every fight if he was doing this? Why are they isolating? It looks like it's happened 4 times.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe his glove worked its way down, and he just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to punch right through this thing. I don't care." If his glove worked his way down his hand, because you got to understand during the clenches and whatnot. The glove will work its way down. And if your corner man doesn't yank it back up, how are you going to get it back on? Even OJ couldn't put his gloves on. So, it's like one of those things where was it on purpose? Fuck, who knows? And it's up to the official, because the official's right there. It's up to him to notice this thing happen and make a change in what the fighters are doing. But that's I like this. I like this Eddie Bravo level conspiracy that we got going. This is pretty awesome.
It feels very conspiratorial, but just because like the quality of this footage looks like it was taken from Area 51.
Yeah, it was on a potato.
But also,
I think
happened in the first fight. The second fight, he said there's no evidence of this happening in the second fight. I don't think. So it's like, what are we going back to the first fight now? And
now that you're out, that's your homework. While you're at the Strat, I want you to go ahead and watch frame by frame the last fight, all right? And I want you to tell us if there's anything wonky going on with the gloves. And I want you to tell us if the earth is actually round. And I want you to tell us, did we land on the moon? These are all the important questions because we know that George Bush did 9/11.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously. Now, Pat Downey versus Gordon Ryan. So obviously Gordon Ryan is right now. People are wondering if he's going to make the transition to MMA. I don't know if he will. I would like to see it. He keeps beating up wrestlers too. He's the guy that went up against that guy from Penn State, Bo Nickel. Remember? We showed that. So Downey is, I think he won like some kind of huge. And he was a kind of a problem guy in wrestling, the bad boy of wrestling for a while, but he's really good. He's the guy that trained with Colby Covington. So they had a jiu-jitsu match, wrestling match over the weekend. And Gordon Ryan got him, but it took 20 minutes to submit him. But he submitted him kind of a by half Nelson. His shoulder gave out. But I guess Gordon said he was just playing with him. But then Pat 10-0 in 45 seconds in freestyle wrestling. So let's show a cut right now. But they charged $20 for this, and it was like their gym.
Where was it?
It was like in there. It was like no crowd. It was like in their own gym.
I can't wait to see this footage. A challenge match like the Gracie Dojo.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. If I would have been around, I would have spent $20. All right, here we go.
Me too. So here's him wrestling. All right. So that's Gordon Ryan. That's Mako, by the way, who's an amazing wrestler. He was a 2-time national champion. So here we go. Here's Pat Downey.
Yeah.
So he threw 2 points right there.
That was a 3-pointer right there. He got him ass over tea kettle. That was pretty good.
It was a 4-pointer.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Which you know what's crazy about freestyle wrestling? The rules have changed back 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
I guess now if you throw the guy out of bounds, you get a point. Which I didn't know that wasn't even a thing back when I was. And then yeah, a lot of moves now, even in regular wrestling, are illegal that I used. Like you can't figure four a guy's head to pin him, which is annoying too. So
you can't check his oil like you used to.
Yeah. No, thanks. Yeah, no, you can't. You can still check his oil. So here. So then he gets him right there, and 2 right there, 2 right there, 45 right there.
Yeah. I mean, these guys fantastically outmatched. That dude's a savage wrestler. You know, I just I don't understand. So you saying the other guy tapped this guy out in
this guy Gordon
20-minute
Ryan
match?
is a yeah, but he didn't really tap him out. Like it's on the other link. He just sort of hurt his shoulder, and I guess Pat is training for the Olympic team and didn't want to like hurt himself. So here's him. He's just trying to do a regular choke, like actual.
What these dudes just gonna grapple every weekend? Like they just have like a healthy rivalry. It's like me and you on the show. They just like try to fucking best each other all the time. I don't understand. Like pretty. They got like this like inter-office rivalry. They're just like taking each other down at the water cooler all the time. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah.
Does that rape choke ever work? It's called a rape choke, right?
Yeah, I refer to it as the non-consensual sex choke, but yes.
Yeah, does that?
Yeah, that's
does that
a good
ever work?
One. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I mean, look, mostly at this level of competition, it's mostly to wear the guy's neck out so you can choke him later with something else that's like more effective. But yeah, this pressing down like this definitely wears a guy out. Yeah, for sure. Like, there's no way not to. I like the transitions here. The dudes really are like, flowing really well. You could tell this is like elite grapplers, like, moving back and forth like anacondas. But yeah, I don't know. I just find it weird that these guys are always battling each other. There's like do they live in like a small town where there's no one else to wrestle?
I think they're in New York.
Oh, okay, well that's a pretty small town, I guess.
The Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
he's got to go to MMA, dude.
Yeah. Well, so this guy is he interested in doing MMA or what? Like, and where's he training?
So far, he beat what's his name? He beat in like 9 seconds. Like, what he beat Olsnick or something. The guy that always gets everyone in the Ezekiel choke.
Alexander Olenek. When did they fight?
Yeah, didn't he beat him in those? He beat him in something. I think in and then he also beat what's his name? Gabriel Gonzaga real quick. And then he beats everybody. He beat Bo Nickel.
Yeah. Well,
he'll be in Bellator soon.
What was that? Yeah.
He'll be in Bellator soon.
You think so? Or he gets him right there. The guy's taps to that, though. Because I guess he just hurt his I think he just hurt his shoulder. But then he wouldn't let go.
Well, yeah, like that's bizarre. He tapped out like twice already.
Yeah, but he won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? The referee.
Look.
He's like, I'm in severe pain, man.
Man, yeah, that looked fun. That was the weirdest tap out I've ever seen. What the hell are these shenanigans? And I like that the referee is just wearing like toe socks. It's like such a strange.
That's so disgusting. You're just absorbing all the sweat into your socks.
Perfect. Just strolling around.
Oh, it is a black guy.
Wait, refuses to let him tap is the damn thing.
No.
He didn't refuse. Like, the referee is supposed to do his goddamn job. Did this referee? Is he the one who stopped that other fight too? And it's the same referee just standing there doing nothing when the guy is injured, and then like stopping the fight when the guy's not injured. I love this sport. It's such a ridiculous carnival that we're in.
Like, there's not even a crowd here. It's like the guy's backyard or something. This whole thing. And he tapped out to like a half Nelson. I guess he injured his shoulder.
Yeah.
Is that Hanato reffing the fight?
That's racist. Or racist, as they say in Brazil.
All right, so moving right along. Fight
please.
this week. Israel.
Adesanya. God damn.
Adesanya.
The fuck, bro? It's like the hottest prospect in the game right now. Are you worn out? Did you forget your Bang energy drink today?
Yeah. I'm off Adderall. And then he's taking Romero. Romero says all Israel has to do is make one mistake and the fight's over.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah, but can he win if he doesn't make a mistake? Like, is that his only game? Is that his game?
Before I was really on the style bender train, but I've rewatched his fights. I rewatched his last fight, and I've evolved on the subject. I think that it's a much more dangerous fight than we're giving Yoel Romero. Like, Yoel Romero might be able to knock out Stylebender in the first round because Adesanya does this thing where he just leans back out of range and Romero charges forward like a bulldog and throws dynamite. So I think before I was thinking, Stylebender's gonna flash on him and it'll probably be an easy fight. And I still think as the fight progresses over time, I think that it's possible that Adesanya wins the fight over 3 rounds. But I think that first round is a very dangerous gambit for Adesanya. Like, it's very dangerous. It's much more dangerous now that I watched his last fight over again and realized that he does the classic mistake of a guy who's fast and explosive, where you just sway back and eventually you run out of room. And he's never fought anybody who charges forwards with that kind of blitz attack. So I think Yoel Romero might be able to take it in the first round.
I agree.
Now, when you spar with Anderson Silva, is he doing that?
No, it was like more, we were working. It was like, he did head movement like that. But yeah, I would, push him back because I know that the way to defeat somebody who's like a quick guy who sways is to keep pushing him back against the fence. I think that's the strategy, yeah.
Did you ever train with Wanderlei Silva?
All the time, yeah. Yeah, I trained with him a lot at Kings, yeah.
I heard he was trying to knock everybody out.
Yeah, we had some good ones, yeah. We had some good ones because, I was in real good shape. He's a little older, and it was like, I don't know, that was an honor. Yeah, that was an honor to train with Wanderlei and have some wars inside the gym. That was fantastic. What's that?
Was he going for your head? Was he throwing?
Yeah, for sure.
Those crazy hooks?
Yeah, I gave him the business too, and he taught me a lot. Like I learned more in one session with Wanderlei than I did, for years at other gyms because he had these veteran tricks that just like you can't get from anything else but experience. So when we would clinch, he would do. I actually learned that shoulder check from him, the one that Conor McGregor is so famous for. That's the first place I saw it. Is like you shoulder check into the guy's face. That's the first place I saw that technique, and it's like amazing to see like when you get like the OG dudes how they can coach you. And it's weird because now I'm that OG dude, and so I'm like kicking down the knowledge to the fighters, and it feels like the circle of life.
We're gonna get you some.
What was some other veterans?
No, I mean I trained with everybody, bud. I trained with everybody.
What was other veteran tricks Wanderlei did?
Oh, just clench stuff where it's not like it's not the big moves that you see that you really notice inside the cage or the ring. The big moves is not where the fight is won. What I realized was it's these little ones, like turning the guy a little bit off balance and then striking, getting off your shots from an angle, releasing the clinch, letting go of the clinch and hitting, because it may not knock the guy out, but what it does is chip away at his exterior. And so over the course of the fight, it's all about that power, like getting that power bar down little by little. Yeah, sure, if you throw a big right hand and land, that's going to take a big chunk. But these little details, like clenching and throwing an uppercut off a break, that's the type of stuff that really wins the fight, because all those little battles add up to the big one.
Whenever I do sparring in Muay Thai, I could always land my jab, but I could never land my right. How do I land my right hand better?
Well, you got to find the spots to do it. You got to not reach with your hand. I don't know what your particular problem is, but in order to find it, you have to extend it fully. You gotta, if you're landing your jab, that means, okay, well then a little bit where your range is. And the most often mistake that fighters make is cheating their right hand. Like you think you're sending it as far as you can reach it, but really you don't turn your hips. Most guys will paw with their jab and then throw their right hand like they're hitting the heavy bag. Well, that's not the way you do it. You're not hitting a heavy bag. You're hitting a active guy who's moving. So you have to twist your hips and find your full range in order to land the right hand. I mean, in general, you could just, you're probably fucking it up.
I am fucking it up. I'm honestly asking.
Bro, no one man should have all that power.
Thanks, Kanye. All right, let's talk about. Oh,
yeah, that was our breakdown of Yoel versus Adesanya, everybody.
Nobody had a conflicting opinion, and then we got rambling off on the other way. This guy didn't take his ADD meds today, so suddenly we're off on another. Does anybody think that style? Because I feel like the general consensus of everybody is the style bender is too good to lose, and but you're a fucking weirdo, so nobody cares about your opinion, okay? Yeah. My opinion, I'm always right, like 98% of the time, all right?
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. It's been well proven, well documented that I'm the most right on this show all the time, okay? My expert in my field, all right? What do you think, Adam? Let's hear your stupid opinion.
I think that while I like Yoel, I think that he's a little bit too long of the tooth, and he gets tired quickly.
For sure.
I think that Israel, it seems like he doesn't get tired. That fifth round against Kelvin Gastelum, he just had was it third round or fifth round? He just had so much energy.
It was the fifth.
And I just think that I think Yoel doesn't necessarily perform in title very well. It's like he somehow, like even with the Jacare fights, something happens to him where he wins the fights to get to the title shot, but then he loses when he's there.
A lot of people had him beating Robert Whittaker, though, in the second fight because he dropped him a bunch. Yeah, and could have been stopped, arguably.
Yeah, maybe. But I just think I think Izzy's got it. I think he's just too young, good. But what I was watching the Embedded special, and Izzy was in her doing he has a ritual where he pretends it's his post-fight shower. So he plans what he's going to do after he in the shower. And he's like going around and raising his hands and doing all. Did you ever do that? Do you have rituals?
Yeah. All my post-fight showers were sponsored by Herbal Essences. So I basically just had an orgasm in the shower every time. So just
weren't you?
Yeah. That's a bizarre ritual. I'm glad I didn't watch that. I think I would be.
I'm gonna need a link to that.
Yeah. We're gonna have to link this guy to the.
I just gotta, for my betting purposes.
Yeah,
I gotta see why he's the favorite. Like, what kind of piece are we dealing with? 6'5" black dude, or who has a bigger piece, Adesanya or Yoel? That's what the fans really want to
know. It's a tough one. I don't know.
I think Yoel's piece is like as thick as a fire hydrant, but maybe Adesanya's is a lot longer.
Are you all out gay now? Is this real? I thought. Don't you have a girlfriend still?
Yeah, I do, but
no, that's the beard that he was trying to get.
Yeah, I'm non-binary. I don't know what I am. I'm waiting to figure it out, dude. But let's just say I'm non-binary, queer.
Bro, he's gender liquid.
It's gender fluid. You son of a bitch. I'm fluid gender, non-binary. I'm actually in a queer studies class right now. It's a sort of like helping me transition into finding my true identity.
Now, but most of your post-fight showers had 3 Asians in them, right?
Yeah,
or 4
undoubtedly.
Asians?
6 Asians, yeah. Just, you gotta keep them stacked in there.
Have you called any of your ex-girlfriends about, since this whole thing has happened, since the coronavirus, and made sure they're okay?
No, but I go. Yeah, I'm visiting them at the graveyard now. It's a real
come
sad.
on, why can't go there?
Yeah, you're the one. You're the racist one with the wacky Asian jokes about coronavirus. You fucking racist.
I just asked. I know. I've been to your party before. That birthday party was insane.
Just ruined.
It was like
the 3 subjects that this guy can't stop talking about. Jail,
it was like a
Asians,
Pokemon Go convention.
Yeah,
it was a Pokemon. It was thousands of Asian women everywhere with like swords and shields and glow sticks.
I moved on. I'm past that now. That's not what I'm about anymore. I appreciate you.
The one with the fur hat, and you were like, "This is the Queen Shell" or something. Like there was like you all had nicknames for them. It was insane. It was.
Her name was Aquafina. It wasn't a nickname. That was a real name.
Oh, that's the one that has the show now?
Yeah.
That's part of your harem?
Yeah.
Right.
Look, you're buffering right there. Maybe turn off the porn on the other channel.
Speaking of Asian women, so Weili Yang is fighting Yang Junchek.
All aboard the Yang gang.
Yeah.
I think that Joanna, first of all, she actually was very affected by the coronavirus. She said that she was going from home to the gym when she was training in China. I watched it. She couldn't go anywhere else. I'm like, man, you were training. You still be the champion. And then she landed in February. They had to get out of the China, and then she had to go from Thailand to Dhabi to the U.S. all this month and last month because of the whole coronavirus. And it seemed like she's not feeling very well. She called her mom to complain about it. Mom, I'm not feeling well. Blah. Her mom said, a lot of people have a lot of work to do. I don't know. It seems like she's got a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
And Joanna is looking good.
Yeah. I gotta think that if like an epidemic sweeps your country, that it's going to be kind of difficult to get around and train. Like they have some type of, I'm not sure. I read that a lot of places have like a curfew, like 6 o'clock, everything closes.
Yeah.
Like they don't want people, commiserating and spreading the virus everywhere. It's kind of like a apocalyptic vision of the future where, if that hits America and it already here a little bit, like what the hell are we going to do? Americans not going to stop hanging out at Starbucks. I feel like nobody's going to wear a mask. Everybody is like too American for that. So yeah, it's got to like destroy your training camp in a way. But I mean, it's probably more important that you don't catch the coronavirus and die, or at least get really, really sick. I guess it's 2% death rate on the thing. And I mean, yeah, it's definitely got to fuck up your training camp. So we'll see. I hope, I hope she doesn't get it.
I'm calling for first round knockout for Weili Zhang.
And you would probably raw
really?
Zhang.
I would.
She's a muscular build. I mean, you see it when she wakes up on that thing. You're like, oh wow. Even like at first in the morning, she woke up just like she's jacked. This girl's just like one solid muscle.
Yeah. So if Rose Namajunas can knock out Joanna, what is Weili Zhang Dang going to do?
Well, but that's not a fair thing to say because MMA math doesn't work, and I don't think Joanna was expecting Rose to do it. In the second fight, she was expecting it. I just think Joanna had her ex-boyfriend cheated on her. She was going through her ex-fiance was going through some rough things. Seemed like she wasn't I don't know, her head wasn't in the right place. I'm telling you, like you said, right now, a good bet, if I was a betting in Vegas, I'm tempted to pick Joanna and Romero because you could probably get some good on that. And they're live underdogs. Live. So, I don't know.
Well, how big underdog is Romero?
He's like plus 220, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about right.
And then what's Joanna?
She's like plus one something. So it's not too big of an underdog.
But the parlay might be a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm going to do that when I get home.
So, yeah. Also on that card, Sean O'Malley, who hasn't fought in 2 years, which I can't believe it.
Dude.
He's fighting Drakkar Close, who's a kid who's 11-1 on a 3-fight winning streak. He beat Bobby Green. But Bobby Green's one of these guys who they say is an active star. You ever train with him?
Yeah.
They say in practice he beats everybody, but then the bright lights kind of fuck him up. He also talks in the octagon. Like he's constantly cursing the guy out, which I think he keeps losing split decisions. I think that pissing off the judges by cursing the whole time, and they're giving it to the other guy.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
No, I know. I think you might be right. You know, it's like one of those things where if you're the bad guy, they're gonna, look against you, and he's kind of being the bad guy. It's part of, that's part of his strategy is to like kind of try to get in the guy's head, and he's just naturally like that. He's a dude who likes to talk smack. So, maybe you're right. Those split decisions go the other way.
Have you ever was talking shit to you during the fight?
Huh? No.
Have you ever fought a guy that? No.
Nah.
Not one fight? No one talked shit to you?
Nah. Maybe they were, but I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to fighting. Mm-hmm. So
did you ever talk shit to you?
Maybe it happened. I can't remember. I'm sure it happened. Yeah, I talked shit for sure. Oh yeah.
What did you say?
Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I remember.
What? Say it.
This dude. I remember this guy. Phil Emsinger was just like this, just savage-looking Nazi dude, tattooed all to the hilt, and I was like gangly, like the real. I was early in my career, and I remember the dude was talking shit to me, like he got me down. And it was trying to ground and pound me. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, I remember now. He was like trying to get me down. He was trying to ground and pound me, and he was like I caught him in a triangle, and I started telling him, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, just sleep." And I was just kind of making a joke, and he was like, "Fuck you," and I slept him. Yeah, I slept him. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Now,
I remember because like. Sherdog guys were at the table, and they heard this conversation. They were on the ring side, so they heard this whole conversation go down. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I guess I did have talk.
When you gave Galloway a noogie, what did he say to you?
I don't know. Oh yeah, no, that was a very physically demanding fight, and I was busted on one knee, and We got clenched up like late in the third round, and he was like, tired. And I was like, yeah, me too. It was like a camaraderie in there. I was like, yeah, me too. And I tried to take him down. Yeah, I remember. There's like, you can't help it. There's like, there's a beauty in this savage sport we call MMA.
Now, when you went into that weigh-in, you had a gas mask.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you have a gas mask?
And do you still have it, just in case?
Yeah. I don't know. You always ask me these questions. I don't remember what you're talking about.
You got to go deep in that vault to retrieve these
I
memories.
know. I'm like shaking loose all those chicken bones.
I think you said because he looked like he smelled a fart all the time. He had like a fart.
If you just want to tell your jokes, just tell your joke.
No.
Actually, you're telling my joke. You're telling my joke that I said a million times. It was unrelated. It was unrelated, and you know what? But hats off to you for working in an ancient Twitter joke that I got going on.
I made that connection. I swear to God. I always thought that you wore a gas mask because he smelled a fart all the time.
Hilarious.
I'm not fucking kidding.
So are you gonna put? Are you gonna put some money on Romero or what?
Oh, come on.
Come on, man.
I was honestly asking a shit. All right. So, yeah, probably $50.
Yeah, nice. All right.
And then, yeah. And then Max, who else? Max Griffin is taking on Cowboy Oliveira. Cowboy's on a 3-fight losing streak. I think they're trying to get rid of him. Matt screwed on split decision, so hope he wins. And then Lee versus Magny. Magny's coming off a huge loss to Ponzinibbio. That was a fight where people were begging the ref to stop it because he just was getting pounded. There you go. He was getting pounded. So
all I heard was getting pounded. He's getting pounded.
I know. All you keep saying is getting pounded. I don't know, man. The Wi-Fi at the Strat is a little questionable because you keep talking about getting pounded.
Neil Magny, can you hear me
Get
now?
pounded?
All right, fuck this.
Getting pounded?
Neil Magny fought Ponzinibbio. Can you guys hear me? Neil Magny fought Ponzinibbio.
We only hear getting pounded.
Getting pounded?
That's all we hear.
Forget this.
Hashtag getting pounded?
Shut up.
Yeah, man. Hey, what are you doing in that hotel room later?
Nothing. Like,
Getting pounded?
are you guys over? Are you guys coming to the fights with me or what?
No.
Getting pounded?
So.
Why?
Because we're getting pounded, obviously.
We gotta do some pounding.
All right.
Oh, my bad.
All right. What are you guys doing this week? All right. Let's wrap up the show. What do you got coming
The
up?
show is wrapped up, bro. We got this, bro.
We stopped recording 40 minutes ago.
We're not even recording, and nobody listens to the end of the show. Anyway, by the way, everybody just listens to the first half an hour, and then they're out of it. So I hope we just fucking packed a lot of MMA knowledge in that first half an hour, because at this point, we're done. Like, Yo Romero is going to win. Adesanya will win in the later round. Zhang Bang is going to cough in the mouth of what's her name. And, I mean, that's just the long and short of it, guys. MMA Roast is on fire.
Unlike Weendawg's penis, what up? So what do I got coming up? Because he doesn't use condoms. That's why. Do you guys hear me?
It's every other word you say gets cut out.
I know. It's like basically God is censoring you with all these wacky jokes.
Can you guys read? Can you read my schedule at least?
No.
Put it up there.
Put it at his website.
We don't have your schedule. Go to AdamHunter.com for his damn schedule. He's going to be at the Strat this weekend. Next week, he's going to be in fucking Podunk, Rhode Island. The week after that, he's going to be on the Corona cruise ship coughing in each other's mouth. Okay. A week after that, he'll be in quarantine in Wuhan doing an American talkie show. Okay. And then on March the 15th is going to be
he's killing himself.
celebrating International Women's Day with a benefit show at a male to female transitioning clinic. Nice. Bro, I broke him.
Now he's doing drugs because of you.
Drugs, bro. Don't lose yourself in drugs. And that better be medical.
All right, so we'll see you guys later. AdamHunter.com.
Why are you giving your phone number out?
Oh, shit. All right, so you guys are the best. I love you.
You're
guys.
the best, bud.
Have
love
a good one,
too,
Adam.
man.
See you next week.
Take care. Love you guys. You guys are really the best. Bye-bye.
All right, now that he's gone, let's actually start the show now. Let's start from the top. Oh, crap, he's still here. Oh, crap.
I can hear you, fucking asshole.
Cut him.
You're the fucking worst.
No, we love you, dude. Have fun at the fights.
Trap sonsen, trap dansen. Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан. Даавар стуулан дур булаа мууруулаа.